my YouTube cooking channel. On today's session, I'll show you guys how to make Afghan naan bread. This is a very easy steps for this recipe. You may choose to have it as a whole wheat flour or white all-purpose flour, or you can mixture of both. So today I'm going to show you with the all-purpose flour. So let's take a look at the ingredients on how to make Afghan naan bread. The ingredients to make Afghan naan bread are very basic. Here I have is 3 cups of white flour, 1 cup of warm water, 1/4 cup of oil, 1 tablespoon of yeast, half a tablespoon of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of salt. So in a bowl, you're going to add the 1 cup of warm water along with 1 tablespoon of yeast and the sugar, which is half a tablespoon, and let this sit for about 6 to 8 minutes. And in a separate bowl, you're gonna add the flour mixture here along with the salt and the oil, and give this a good mix. Now in this mixture of the yeast and sugar, I'm going to add the flour a little bit at a time. I'm going to add the second round of the flour to this mixture, and with the help of a wooden spoon, you're going to mix this very well. It's time to add all the flour and give it a good mix again. It's time now that you use your fingers and your hands to make this into a nice dough, and I'll show you guys the result. I haven't added any water other than the first mixture. If you need some more water, you just have to wet your hands into a warm water and make this into a dough. So continue with that and I'll show you guys the result. I just wanted to show you guys that I have not added more water. Basically here is some warm water where I have wet my fingers and my hand here, so then I can make this into a nice firm dough. Alright guys, so here I have the dough. For another 4 to 6 minutes, I'm gonna knead the dough now. And if you need a little bit water to wet your hands again, you can go ahead, but do not make this too runny, nor it needs to be too hard, so just about soft enough. Alright guys, so this dough is nice and firm and it's soft. It's not too hard and it's not too runny. So I'm just going to place it in a bowl here, and we're going to rest this for about 2 hours. And for that, I'm going to put the plastic wrap on top. And then we're going to put a nice clean cloth on top of it as well, and we're going to let it rest for 2 hours. Alright guys, so here is the result of the dough. It's nice and fluffy, and the size is a little bit double than what it was before. So I'm just going to keep this aside for now. Here I have another bowl here. So what I'm going to do is add half a cup of warm water with 1 tablespoon of flour and give this a good mix. We need this mixture for the dough, as we have to spread the dough evenly to make a naan bread. So make sure you mix everything well here. So you need some flour here. I'm gonna spread it over my counter, and you also need some flour on both of your hands, and I'm going to take this dough out. Alright guys, so next with this mixture of water and flour, you're going to wet your fingers and the other hand as well. And we're going to flatten this dough just like this. So you're going to continue to wet your fingers to this mixture, and with the shape of your fingers, you're going to spread it back and forth and flatten this dough. Once you get a chance to spread and flatten the dough, with your fingers, you're gonna make a shape like this, like a mark. You have to press it really hard with both of your hands. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm using my baking sheet. You can use any type of baking sheet. This is a pizza round one. So I'm going to transfer this into the baking sheet so then we can bake it. Alright guys, so next here I have black seeds, also known as kalonji seeds. You can find this at your local grocery store. So I'm gonna sprinkle some on top of this bread. It is very traditional. So before you sprinkle this black seed, make sure you wet the dough again with your fingers. So the dough needs to be nice and wet, and then I'm going to sprinkle this now. So when it's nice and moist and wet, the dough itself, it will hold on to the seeds. Please set up your oven at 400 degrees. I'm just going to put it in the bottom first for at least 15 minutes, and then I'll transfer it on top. So total you want to bake everything is for 20 to 25 minutes depending on your oven heat. Alright guys, so I have checked the bottom. It looks like it's baked from here because the color turned nice and golden brown. So I'm going to switch it to the top part now and let it sit here for a good 15 minutes more. Alright guys, so the naan bread is ready. I'm going to let this cool down first before I cut it into pieces and serve it. So we're just going to let this cool down now. So here is an easy recipe on how to make a homemade Afghan naan bread. Traditionally, this is baked in tandoor, which is the clay oven, but this is just a simply easy steps of a homemade recipe. And you can serve this with any type of Afghan dish. I like it for breakfast as well, with jam and butter. If it's nicely warm like this, you can make this at any occasion to impress your family and friends. I just wanted to show you guys that it is very soft and tender. And it smells so delicious. So I hope you guys do get a chance to try this easy recipe on how to make Afghan naan bread. Give me a thumbs up and leave me your feedbacks, and do help me share this recipe with your friends and family with the original link. Thank you so much. Until next time.